Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is the hilarious and lovable Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Well, hello, Ben. How are you? What a lovely day to see you.
What a lovely day to see you, too. In fact, I just saw you in person because we both recorded an episode of Jeff Lewis Live. Although by the time you hear this recap, it may be many days later. But that was a very fun experience. And now we are here to talk Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, episode 6. Big controversial trip to Vegas. And also, by the way, Ronnie is recording from the middle of a construction zone. So you may hear a drill or a hammer here and there. And you know what? Don't hold it against Ronnie.
Yes, guys. I know it's unprofessional. Here's the thing. I would have gone to Ben's house today, but they are doing some brickwork. And if you mess up brickwork, you're fucked. What are you going to do? Just undo
What's the
brickwork?
brickwork? Is it a walkway or is it a wall? Oh, the fireplace. Oh,
The
yeah, you just said that like a million times. They're bricking your fireplace today.
Bricking the fireplace, and I'm going to put the TV on the brick above the fire. And I know that you're not supposed to do that. I know you're not going to like it. You hate that. But you know what? I have to put it somewhere, and that's just where it's going to go. So everybody just calm down. The point is, it's going to be noisy, but actually, guess what? It's not going to be noisy. Guess who just came back with Subway? His name is Jose. You're my hero. All right, Jose's going to get him fed. We've got an hour. Let's knock this out.
We've got an hour to talk about Mormons. Okay, everyone, let's skip.
We don't have to speed
the small talk. Well, we are going to dive in though. It's episode 6, the first book of sin, and we are back in Provo, Utah, and we're at Connor and Whitney's house, and they're getting ready for church. And Whitney has put on her most daring pioneer dress yet, with bigger shoulder puffs than ever before. And Connor is doing that
are
thing
you trying to get into heaven? Is it an outfit for heaven day? What do you and don't tell me you can't make fun of someone's religion. I'm not making fun of someone's religion. I'm making fun of the fact that someone is cosplaying as a wagon riding, pioneer. What'd you call them? Pioneers?
Frontier.
Call them?
Sarah Plain and Tall. Frontier
let's
woman.
stop acting like you just arrived on a donkey, after 5 months of travel. I'm not buying it, lady. Yeah. Okay. And you don't get away with all your shit just because you're dressing religiously or whatever.
No,
whatever you're doing. No God would excuse those sleeves.
And also Connor, it's like Connor's dressed like that kid who can't get dressed. he's wearing a tie. It's like the tie is popping up from behind the collar in the back. It's like, have you ever even put on formal clothes before, Connor?
Well, he's cosplaying he's always dressing like something different. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's their kink. He's like, today I'm a student in school on picture day. And Whitney's like, great, I'm a pioneer lady, who just came over in the wagon. Let's do this.
Yeah, they very much are doing that. And then we see Taylor and Dakota. Taylor's getting an ultrasound, and the ultrasound tech lady says the baby is getting chunky cheeks. Well, which I would hope. I mean, I don't know if we see too many babies with high cheekbones. So, like,
I'm so sorry. Your baby has chunky cheeks. Okay. We were really hoping for a little Johnny Depp indent, but unfortunately.
Would you like us to remove the buccal fat before the baby's born?
Yeah, really. Your baby's in the fetal position. Would you like us to slip a tiny little back brace up there? You don't want a baby with bad posture and chubby cheeks.
And now we wind up at Jizz Styles, which is Jesse's hair salon. And Jesse and Jen and Macy and Layla and Michaela and Demi, they're all getting their hair done. So Layla announces that they're there to get their hair done. And it's honestly so nice having a best friend that owns a salon, because I take full advantage of the fact that I don't have to wash my hair on my own. I don't want to say that. I'm like, it's okay. You guys are in her salon every other episode. We know what this relationship is all about.
So Jesse is to blame for all of this, because here's what I can say. All of these girls are going to have neck problems. That is too much hair. There comes a point where you have to say, this is too much hair on my head. Nobody is going to believe that you are wearing a full cast of Muppets on your head. I mean, how much does that shit weigh? How are you guys walking around with that on your head? It's ridiculous.
So Michaela says, it's great to get together, but I don't think anyone's heard from Whitney since Layla's divorce party. And I could tell that she was upset because of what Jesse said to her. And we see a flashback of Jesse telling Whitney, like, everyone has a problem with you. And basically, no one's talked to her whatsoever. And Macy's like, I'm really happy that Whitney came to the event because, like, I want the group just to be happy and whole. But, like, I'm so glad she came to, like, try to make amends with Jesse. But, like, mom talk just wouldn't be mom talk without Whitney.
And Demi's like, yeah, just like be like you're a bitch and move on. Like, why can't we just do that? Find common ground, figure it out, move on. They're like, yeah. And Jesse's like, yeah, well, she hasn't blocked me yet. So, and everyone's like, oh my God, wait, what? Who'd she block? And Jen's like, let me see if she blocked me yet. Oh my God, she didn't block me. But guess what, guys? In this 2 seconds I've looked on my phone, I can tell you this much. She's unfollowed every single one of us.
No, she did not. That's crazy. And
She
everyone's
still
like,
follows Ben Affleck, though. Wait till she finds out that's a huge lie.
Jen's like, she left the group message. She unfollowed us on Instagram. It's actually ridiculous. I'm like, actually, what will be ridiculous is going to happen later on in the episode and involves you and your husband, but that's fine. So Demi is like, oh my God, she unfollowed me again. No, she did not. That's wild. Did she not tell you that she did that? Oh my God, this is why I don't believe you guys. This is crazy.
And Macy's like, oh my God. Like, I knew that she was impulsive, but like, I'm following everybody. I've never known her to be this impulsive before. Like, can you get a WD-40 on someone who's this impulsive? Because, like, seriously, I'm going to call one in on her.
You're going to call on a WD-40?
I always forget the numbers.
Get the dust blown off of her. Like, we have some dust particles on electrical circuits. Can we call it a WD-40 on Whitney?
Isn't WD-40 oil that you put in the creaky door?
I think maybe it is. I thought WD-40 was that little can, so I go
air in a can. That would make more sense.
Were you talking about a 5950? Was it 5950?
Whatever you call when people are kind of losing it and you have to have them institutionalized for a bit.
So Jen goes, I mean, I'm sorry, are we in like high school? I'm like, you're 19 years old practically. I mean, like, you guys are acting like you are like have like a few decades under your belt from high school. You guys like I can still smell the mortarboard on your head.
You're all giggling together, washing your hair together, and looking to see who's unfollowed you on Instagram. So yeah, I don't think any of you are going to win the adulting awards today.
Yeah, your life is based off of doing little cute dances on social media. So let's not act like you're out there getting a Rhodes Scholarship.
What a life. And I love that this is such a workplace comedy. Whenever they're like, oh my God, here we are. But we also work, guys, let's do an elbow dance. They're like, elbows, elbows.
We're grown-ass adults. We're mothers. Unfollow? And Jesse's like, but is she like just gonna like not talk to us? And Macy goes, yeah, I have like no idea what she's gonna do. I'm like, wow, we've got a lot of stuff going on.
And Michaela's like, whatever. I don't even want to talk about it because she probably enjoys us sitting around here talking about it. I was like, oh, okay, Michaela. Until you see her and you're like, hi. How are you? I'm gonna laugh at all the evil things you say about other people. So then they're just over Whitney. So then we get the blue jacket opening. And the you toxic. And now let's go to Jizz Academy for Jesse's party.
I am like so excited to bring all the girls together tonight. And like I am hosting a party in honor of something that we are saying goodbye to. And I'm really excited to see all of their reactions. So everyone's showing up. There are a lot of mocktails out and about, and there's like drinks. There's one called like the Pink Pussy. Oh my God. And it's like really scandalous already.
And I think this was like committee because one is the Pink Pussy, which is like super dirty. And then the next one is Labialicious, also dirty. And then Peach on the Beach. Like,
that was for Jen Affleck.
Yeah, she's like, my husband's going to get so mad at me if I have a labia drink. Can I have something more innocent?
We had to name one of the mocktails Peach on the Beach because otherwise Zach was going to divorce Jen if he found out that she drank a Labialicious.
So they're gonna have a painting party about vaginas because Montauk is all about sisterhood, femininity, and unfollowing bitches you don't like. So let's talk about snipping my vag.
And they're like, "Oh my God." And yeah, Jesse's gonna get a labiaplasty. Which I mean, naturally, if you get a labiaplasty, of course you gather 8 of your closest friends and make everyone draw a vagina to honor the end of that lip. So it makes sense to me.
And she's talking about what it is. And it's basically like the lips, I guess, get too big or something after 2 kids. And so you like snip them and put them back into play. I just want my neck done. Can I just get my neck? Can I just get my waddle off? Can I get a labiaplasty on my waddle?
You never know. So Jesse's just talking about like how she's like, I just thought it'd be like really cute if you guys each drew what your perfect vagina looks like to give me inspo. I just think it'll be really fun. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is just an event to make Jen uncomfortable. So everyone just look at her right now.
Yeah. So they're like drawing their dream vaginas. I drew my dream vagina. It was a penis. Just to play along. Just to play along with the ladies. Turns out to be a penis. So that was fun. It's a fun game.
Yes,
Glad I came.
I love it. Yeah. So Jesse's talking about, they're just literally talking about a vagina for a very long time. And Jesse's like, yeah, like my meat curtains, they just like hang low and they're just like, low. And then Michaela's like, what is a meat curtain, you guys? This is crazy. She's like, is that not the term? Is that not the medical term? Like, your lips. Your lips. Oh my God, now she's calling them lips, you guys.
Yeah. And I never really understood the term meat curtains. My friend actually was called that, which she was so upset, which once I found out what they are, I mean, that's rude to say that about somebody. And then she looked them up online and showed me. I think there should be like a nicer name than meat curtains. I mean, that's
meat
horrible.
Meat draperies.
Just not meat. I mean, meat curtains, I think of like shows where they walk into the butcher's fridge and there's like lines of like dead cattle hanging up there. It's like a meat curtain, you have to like
Wagyu curtains.
No, how about just like lengthy labias? How about that? Just something simple.
Lengthy labias. What about something like a fleshy canyon?
A fleshy canyon?
I guess that's more of like the entire region. How about like
what's a droopy flower? What's a flower that droops? Do tulips droop? Which are the ones that are like I don't know flowers. I'm not a flower gay, but I think they're tulips.
Well, tulips.
I think they say
that actually comes up. They do come.
Yeah.
That does come up at some point. Yeah, the tulips. She's like, I got you tulips for your tulips.
And they're like, oh my God, tulips for the tulips. They sound the same. Is that funny to anybody else? Because like tulip sounds like tulips, and that's a flower too. You guys, is it just me?
I also brought you 2 ribeyes for your meat curtains. It's like, oh, okay, well, thanks.
So she's talking about this a lot. And then she's like, yeah, and since Whitney started unfollowing us, she's not coming to Vegas. I think we have a chance of having a good time now that we're cutting out the meat curtain that is Whitney. You see what I did there?
Layla's like, I'm excited, but also a little nervous because like Vegas isn't a typical place where I feel like LDS people like to go. It's just like partying, drinking, gambling, which are things that typical members don't do on a daily basis. Or at least they just don't tell you, Layla. Maybe behind closed doors, but like I'm just like buckling up and hoping for the best.
Also, though, fucking Jizz is a sinner from hell. Okay, here's the thing with Jizz. She's trying to get you all into the outer darkness. First, she showed up to the hot tub with her boyfriend trying to put liquor onto everybody, even when you guys were saying no. She's like, really, really, don't you want liquor? And Barney Rubble's like, hey guys, don't you want some shots? We need shots for this. And now she's taking you all to Vegas, and now she's going to try and get you in trouble at a Magic Mike show. Jizz is a plant, and she's working for a person named Satan. Do not listen to Jizz if you want to go up into your planet with all the other people in your family or whatever you all believe in. Don't listen to Jizz. She's taking you to hell on purpose.
She comes from the outer darkness. Beware. So then they're joking about like, do you guys have a name for like your man Schlong? And then Jen, it turns out Jen has named Zach's dick Poncho. And everyone's like, Poncho? And then Demi's like, for the whitest man ever. And then they're all like laughing and giggling. I'm like, he's gonna divorce you now. I guarantee you said too much about Zach's wee wee.
And I don't understand why you would call it poncho. I mean, ponchos are comforting. You know what I mean? I don't see that in Zach.
Yeah, I definitely don't see that in Zach, and I definitely don't anticipate that he has enough of a dick to even really like fit into a poncho.
Yeah, I just
Based on
don't
his
see him as a
energy.
poncho
Based on his
person.
energy. Yeah.
So then now we get to see everyone's paintings. Jen's is her vagina is called Mother Vulva, and it has like a Lady Teresa vibe to it.
Yeah. And they all have these vagina paintings, some better than others, which is also what my mom said about my Substack recently.
This is also what
my mom my mom goes, "Oh, I've been reading your Substack. Some are better than others." I was like, "Thanks."
what does that mean? Which ones suck?
I don't know, but it was my mom's way of saying I didn't like the last one. That's what I suspect. Some are better than others. I can tell which ones you had more time for. Thanks, Mom.
It's like a warm hug.
Yes,
As our
my mom is
parents
basically
age,
Lucille
like
Bluth.
the filter is just completely gone,
Yes. So anyway, they are showing these paintings and everything, and it goes on for a little bit. It's funny, they put up like text on the screen to make it look like it's like this the placard that goes next to a painting in a museum. It's all very clever and amusing.
Yeah. So it's just like a bunch of paintings of Paris. Like I know it's there, but I've never been there. And like it just seems like so much trouble to go there.
Yeah.
Like,
So now
probably, but it just seems so difficult.
So now we move out of this scene and we go to Taylor walking up to her mother Leanne's house. And Leanne opens the door and she's like, "Oh, so where's Dakota?" And she goes, he didn't want to come, so his loss." She goes, "Oh yeah, really? I was about to pull out some extra Totino pizza rolls for him, so truly his loss. So what's going on, honey?" She's like, same shit, different day."
Yeah, and Leanne has that look of a completely unsurprised mother. She's like, "Well, can't wait to babysit another child while you guys are fighting. Thanks for coming by." And Taylor's talking about how vulnerable she is and the fact that she has to still argue and bicker with this guy when she's like a second away from delivering. Like he has no sensitivity. We all know this, and really, we all know the only solution to this, and that is getting in a car and walking away. But you don't walk away in a car. You know what I mean? You drive away. But still, we all know that that's a solution. I get that, like, you're young, you're pregnant. It's not as easy as just getting in a car. I'm not gonna, badger the woman, but God, man, just please figure out a way. You're gonna do it eventually. Just do it now. Rip off the Band-Aid.
Truly. So Taylor tells her mom, he's like, "I want you to give in to me. I want you to surrender." And like, "Why would I surrender? I don't even trust you." And Leanne nods and is like, "Yes, honey. When just let me know when I should shame you for having a baby with him." So she says, like, "There's definitely pressure in the Mormon community of getting married, especially when you get pregnant out of wedlock. But like, Dakota's like, you're pregnant with my child and you still won't like give me this. Like, yes. So like, if I won't give a child, like if it's so in his head, if a child won't do it, then what will?" So they're going in circles, obviously, on this point.
And so Leon's like, "Oh my God, he's texting you right now. Call him. I want to talk to him." I'm like, "Oh, I love this Leanne just wanting to confront everybody that has a problem with Taylor." It's kind of
she does. She does.
It's like my mom going to tell off one of the kids who was like fucking with me when I was a little kid. She's like, "If you ever fuck with my kid again, you're dead. You got it, bitch."
So Taylor calls and it goes to voicemail because she's like he's not going to answer, and Leon's like, "No, he'll answer," but it goes to voicemail. So Leanne goes, "Okay." Oh no, then Dakota texts and says, "I'm not going to answer." So then Leanne says, "Okay, well, say I'm going into labor, and then he'll call you right back." Texting that. Come on, say I'm going to. I was like, you are a monster too. Like, of course, Lee. Of course, Taylor's mom is a disaster.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial. So she texts, I think I'm going to labor. Your loss. And she's like, oh my God, he's calling me. It totally worked, Mom. Guys, that's the worst.
This is not healthy. This is not a healthy way to build a relationship. Taylor's like, I just don't know if I can trust him. Okay, by the way, I'm going into labor. Just kidding. Thanks for calling me. I just needed to get you on the phone.
So yeah, I know. That's what I do in my Uber site. So they get him on the phone and he's pissed when it's really Leanne. He's like, oh my God. She's like, why aren't you answering the phone when your wife is pregnant? He's like, dude, is Taylor going to labor or not? I'm with my bros right now.
And Leon's like, well, I don't know. I'm just trying to call you and you're not even answering. That's not cool. He goes, yeah, well, you know the story, the boy who cried wolf, right? And they're like, not familiar. I haven't heard of it. You know the boy and the wolf? And no. We don't read wolf stories.
What's it about?
Well, it's a guy. It's this boy who's always like, there's a wolf, and they always come to save him.
I'm bored already. I'm bored. It's a book. Sorry. Could you do this in like TikTok form?
Yeah, well, okay, I'll try.
Oh, I see that elbow choreography. Oh, Mom, it means that you shouldn't call because if you call with an emergency too much, when it really is an emergency, he's not going to believe you. God, that's actually really good. The things a box step can tell you.
And Leanne is like, she's like, no, well, but it's not Boy Who Cried Wolf because I'm only doing this today. It's like it's a one-off Boy Who Cried Wolf. And he goes, okay, I just wanted to make sure you knew that story.
She's like, yeah, well, I know the story of the deadbeat liar who's not here for his wife or his wannabe wife when she's about to drop a baby. He's like, well, it's your daughter's fault because she didn't want me to go. So why would I go if she doesn't want me to go?
Well, I wanted you to come here. I wanted to talk to you guys. Both of you need to work on this.
But I want to be all in with her and she doesn't want to be all in with me. So I'm going to be all in, but she's not going to be all in. Like, what am I supposed to do? Be all in alone? I can't just be all in alone. Like, who does that?
Well, it's not about you and Taylor anymore. And I tell Taylor this just as much. It's about you, Taylor, and me. Okay. And I guess the baby. And you guys need to do things, for your baby and try to work on your relationship and your family and everything that comes with having a kid, Like, I don't know, maybe do some exercises so your eyes don't bulge quite as much.
And he's like, but I've been working so hard. Does he have a job?
I'm not sure.
Why do I feel like he does not have a job? Why do I feel
undetermined?
I get not have a job vibe from him because also, I don't know. I was going to speculate on facial hair, but I'm not sure. It just seems like everyone else is so clean cut and he's not. So I don't know what that means. I mean, I'm sure maybe they have some blockbusters around there. He could work. He could work some fine in. But keeping it current, guys. Let's keep it current. So he's like, I want this to work more than anything in the world. And it's like, you guys need to get your crap together. And this is just a mom doing tough mom talks. See what I did there? That wasn't even on purpose. I should totally get a vibrator deal.
And Dakota goes, yeah, well, you just tell your daughter she needs to either commit to me or just end this because I can't keep doing this. It's like, or you can just be patient with this girl because she's pregnant and she has other things to deal with than your tantrums. And Taylor says, I'm just not ready to marry Dakota. But at the same time, I don't want to be the divorced single mom. So I just feel kind of torn in the middle. I'm frustrated. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I just don't have the tolerance right now. So again,
oh my God, it's better to be and it's better to be a mom with another child. This guy is not going to do you any good having this guy around when you're frustrated. You think he's going to get up and take care of that baby? Doubtful.
Yeah. You don't want to be a divorced single mom. Again, things to think about. People, I cannot stress enough. Think about your decisions. Okay, before you go too far down a path. So now it's time. Now we go back to Jiz's house, and she's had her labiaplasty, and so now Jen and Layla are going to come to visit, and they're like, "How's your cooch doing?" And she's like, "Oh, it's good. It's really good. And she also got a breast reduction while she was there, so she could just sort of do a one-stop shop sort of situation.
This girl's just getting everything done. I like it. Like, here's my list, you know? So they did. And she goes, yeah, now I only have to go under anesthesia once. So got them both done. And they're asking her about recovery. And she's like, oh, it's like having a baby, 6 weeks of like bleeding, but it hasn't been super heavy. I mean, what are you going to do? Am I right?
Jen's like, how long do you have to wait until you have sex? Because, oh, like 4 to 6 weeks. Really? Zach would divorce me if it was anything longer than 2 weeks. But like, yeah, she's like, yeah, well, it's just like having a baby. So anyway, yeah, like Jordan's just like dying. He's like, so the doctor said 4 to 6 weeks, but what did your dentist say? Okay, Jen, just think about it. I can see you're confused. All right, just give Jen about 10 seconds.
Is it plaque?
Well, he said I would get a plaque for my service, if that helps.
Oh, got it. Nailed it. So then she's like, it means a blowjob, Jen. Jesus Christ. You've got a lot to learn to get to the outer darkness. So then Demi's like, whoa, I was knocking for you to open, but then I realized that your vagina's gone, so you probably can't walk to the door.
She's like, yeah, it's out. It's gone. I don't have any more. And this is where Demi brings out tulips. She goes, I got you some tulips for your 2 lips. Oh my God, I can't believe she would make that joke in front of Dakota. Like, Dakota's going to be watching this show, and he felt so uncomfortable when Demi made that joke. She is so awful.
So Jesse's like, wow, it was a brutal. Well, they talk about her surgery and like how much it hurts. Okay, so then she's like, oh yeah, but that aside, let's go to Vegas. No, listen. Oh my God, just drop the camera, guys. It's a disaster as usual, but we're going to Vegas.
And Jesse's like, yeah, I mean, I'm going to be on painkillers for a few days, but so are half the people in Vegas. Am I right? I mean, I think this weekend will be like really okay. So they looked at like an Airbnb and everything. And it's gonna be like really fun, and they're gonna have a fun time, and it'll be Layla's first time ever going to Vegas. And
yeah, there's no way that this is gonna end well. Oh my God, no, don't do it. So then Demi's like, can you believe it? Like she just literally became legal last year. And Jesse's like, yeah, getting divorced in the church is kind of like having a scarlet letter, and Utah can be very suffocating. So Vegas is the perfect place for Layla to let loose and have a little fun.
But what about Taylor? So they're saying like Taylor is going to come, and Jen says, oh, by the way, Zach is driving with Dakota. And they're like,
the man coming on the girls' trip. This is classic Housewives. No. I cannot believe they're allowing this. Come on.
Like, I actually will give annoyingly a pass to Dakota because Taylor is super pregnant. And so like, I get it. If he's like, I just want to be around in case she goes into labor. That makes sense. Zach makes no sense. I do not understand why Zach is there. There's no good reason for him to be there.
Addiction. So Jesse's like, this is bullshit. And they just want to be there to see their women be in check, like keep their women in line, And
yeah,
probably true. But also one of them we finds out has probably a gambling addiction. I don't know if we actually find that out, but it seems like he has a kind of a gambling addiction. And the other one is psyched for any chance to go to Vegas. I don't think any of us are shocked.
The other one is a disaster. So
his pupils have already been living in Vegas for years.
His pupils are essentially roulette wheels already. So let's just look at them. They're just bet on black. So then Jessie shows everyone her new vagina. They're like, wow. And one said that they look like hot dog buns. So that could be it. Like, Ronnie, like your bun, like your hot dog buns. That's nicer than meat curtain.
That's definitely the most attractive way I've ever heard a vagina described. It's like, it looks just like a wiener schnitzel. Like, boom, I'm in. Hand me some mustard. I'm basically a heterosexual male.
So now Demi is packing, or Demi. I keep calling her Demi, but I think it's Demi. And I honestly don't remember. And they're just like getting ready and everything. And she's like laughing with Brett, her man. And then Macy's packing. Everyone's just packing and getting ready. We go back to Brett and Demi. And Brett's like, My only question is, why would you go out looking for hamburger meat when you can have steak dinner at home? And she's like, yeah, but I'm not looking to take anyone home. And he's like, well, do whatever you want. I'm not worried about you. Just go with your gut. So he's like a good husband because he's like, whatever.
Well, he's
I
old.
trust
He's
you.
the old one. He's like, girl, you're 20 something years younger than me. Just please go have fun. I'm literally exhausted. Okay. I'm going to be here sleeping and watching Kathy Bates and Matlock. You go have a good time. So then we go to Jen and Zach's house and she's like, so how would you feel if we went to Magic Mike? And he goes, why would you want to do that? Is that what you want to do? She goes, no, I just think it would like be like funny. And he goes, oh yeah, being divorced and taking care of two kids would be kind of tough though. So I guess that's your decision.
What, can you
Oh
believe it?
really? Oh really? You're going to be paying for your own school? Is your dad suddenly coming through with some money for you to pay that school? I mean, you don't get to use someone and then also fucking control and bash them. This guy is such
Yeah.
a piece of shit. Oh my
Yeah.
god. And it's amazing how these shitty guys you can call them from a mile away, isn't it? Like you just
Yeah.
like ah
This guy is just awful. He's like I mean, the way he is so threatened by the mere idea that she would go to this show, which is basically like a show. It's not like when it comes to like strip clubs that men go to, Magic Mike is so rated G. Like it's like hot guys dancing around, but it's basically like a dance show. And the fact that he is so threatened just is so repulsive.
I don't even think it's that he's threatened. I think that he's like, wow, you know that that would be something that I would consider a sin and not like. And the fact that you're blatantly asking
Yeah.
to, it's just such control and abuse. And listen, I
And
know
that the
it
way
sounds like I'm saying like controlling abusive man a lot in these recaps. Guess why? If you're in a position where you're like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and go with the thought that a man has control over me and that only the man has all these powers and rights. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of controlling asshole men because that's what we're raised. That's how they're raised. That they can get
Yeah.
away with this shit. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. I don't even want to go save Taylor anymore. I want to go over there in a fucking minivan and just start loading him in, just fill the car with some girls with names off of a white girl keychain rack at a park and just start taking them in. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, these guys are terrible. And the fact that like Jen also like she has to immediately hedge when she's like, how would you feel about going to Magic Mike concert? And he's like, why? And she goes, oh no, I mean, I thought it would be like a funny thing if we end up doing it. It's like, why are you hedging? Just say, oh, because we're in Vegas, we might do it. It's not anything real. Why don't get all bothered about it. It's like nothing, but I'm just letting you know I'm going because I'm being respectful. I don't even have to tell you I'm going.
Yeah. So then all the other girls are talking about it. And Demi is like, well, Taylor's going, like, and then Dakota's going to come. And like, he hasn't been very happy in the past. And then Macy and Jacob are talking about them. By the way, Jacob's so cute. Here's what I want from a husband, Jacob. Nice, supportive, and quiet. Okay.
Yes.
Very cute. Looks good in the sweater. That's really all you need to be. Okay.
Yeah.
All the husbands who are wondering, like, what can I do without being called a fucking abusive asshole? What this guy's doing. You just stand there, you smile, and you say, whatever you need, honey, how can I support you? That's how to do it.
Then we go back to Jen and her man, Gary Abusey, and he's like, Jen, I want to show you some of my outfits for this trip this weekend.
Did you call him Gary Abusey?
I did.
Oh my God. That's funny.
Emotional, not physical. But because he really does kind of look like Gary Busey, like young Gary Busey with those big teeth and that blonde hair.
Yeah, I've seen people call him Gary Busey, which I think is so, because there's so many things, like any bleached blonde white guy, it's like a Draco Malfoy or the guy from
Targaryen.
The Targaryens. Yeah, but Gary Busey takes it to a new level. Wow, it's one little vowel can do. So
yeah, one vowel can change a world.
Really can.
So he's like, yeah, oh, by the way, like, yeah, you're not allowed to go to a theater with 500 other women and sit a respectable distance from naked men. Anyway, I'm going to go gamble our money away because God would like that. So this is my lucky poker sweater. You can zip it down when you're just playing. And if you're hot, if you're hot when you're playing, but then if it gets like really intense and if you're super white like me and like the one drop of blood gets close to your head and your entire neck turns red, you can zip it up so no one can tell that you're really excited about your hand. And she's like, who said you're playing poker? He goes, well, I mean, you told me that you were going to give me a bankroll so I could play.
Oh, how are you not embarrassed, sir? How are you not, especially in this culture where it's like, oh, the man takes care of everything, the man does everything. You're being supported, and now you're asking for allowance, and it's to sin while you're being a hypocrite about her going to like see other people sin. You are such a little piece of shit. And she's like, well, so the producer's like, so there's that gambling situation. Is it okay to talk about it? And she's like, well, sure. I mean, I guess it's like, as long as we make sure we're not talking about it like he's an addict or something.
He has a lucky poker sweater. He's an addict.
And he's like Googling how to not show his vein on the side of his neck throbbing as he loses.
Yeah, he's an addict. I'll tell you that right now. His face was already turning red at the mere thought of playing poker. Poncho was sticking out of the pants just by saying full house. So Jen's like, okay, well, I'm gonna give you $2,500 and I'm gonna be really pissed if you lose it. He goes, if I lose it, then you can never gamble again. He goes, well, then I won't gamble for the rest of the year.
So see, this guy's got a fucking issue. Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun. So then Jen's like, yeah, I'm having a hard time in the relationship with her. And then we see clips of him just being an absolute asshole. She's saying, what is this? Cut to a clip of her saying she would appreciate his help. And he's like, sweetie. And then pulling her shirt up in the middle of the conversation, like her shirt was too low cut. Oh, God. And then she's like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I'm wearing too low cut of a shirt. I hate it.
Zach can be a bit controlling, but to be honest, I don't think I've ever met anyone who loves me more than he does. He only controls me because he loves me. And it's my fault. I'm the one who sets him off.
Yep. That's like the typical thing we hear over and over, for people who've been around a long time. If you're just hearing this kind of stuff for the first time, you're going to hear it a lot from dicks like this because they all follow the same playbook,
Yep.
I only hurt you because I love you that much. No one else would even care if you were out sitting.
You just make me so angry sometimes. So Zach is saying this is his first time gambling in 6 months. So yeah, that's also a sin to lie to your wife like that.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So then we go back to Macy and Jacob talking about it, and they're annoyed that the guys are coming. And Jacob's like, well, if you need me to go down, I can, because if I can go, then I can just make sure that they're behaving. She's like, no. Okay. You need to stay here and box up the prenatal gummies. Okay. Baby mama.
Baby mama needs to get packed. So Jen and Zach, so we're back at Jen and Zach's house. There's a knock at the door, and here comes Taylor, who it seemed like she was not going to come on the trip. So she shows up. She's wearing the same outfit that she wore at her mom's house. Not sure if this is the same day or not. And so Taylor's like, oh my God, we got into a pretty big fight before we came here. Can we close the door? I'm like, cold. So anyway, he's like always pouting. So I'm like, I just feel like it's so repetitive of making him feel better. And if it's like not today, it's like in 2 more days, just like there's nothing I can do for you anymore. And he's like, well, you just don't care. Like you're not even helping me through this. And I'm just like, I don't know how to help you.
Yeah, basically, she's going to have a baby any second. And he's walking around like, I'm depressed and pouting. And she's like, hello. I'm the one who's complaining here. Like, hello.
I'm the one with more hormones than usual right now. I'm the one carrying a baby.
So she finally just left his ass. And they're like, oh my God, you left him? That's hilarious. And Taylor's like, yeah, I said, get out of my car. And then I was like, come get your stuff. And Jen's just looking shocked, like, oh my God, how how in the world did you get away with all of this, right? So then she's like, he did send me a text and he was like, I'm sorry, like, I don't know what's going on. I just feel so broken and lost right now. I don't know how to control my emotions. So I don't know.
So, yeah, because Taylor threw all this shit out of her car, which goes to show that she's been like very chill on the show, but we know like Trash Box Taylor is still there. Which, by the way, deservedly so. This is a good use of trash boxing, I want to say. Dakota's a piece of shit. So Taylor is just saying that she's really fed up and she's really pregnant. Like, how are they still fighting like this, like so far along into the pregnancy? So then Dakota shows up and then they like Jen and Zach are like, okay, well, do you guys want to go, we should hit the road, right? Like, I know you guys are having a fight, but like we're kind of behind schedule. And Zach says if he doesn't get onto the craps table in 4 hours, he's going to just divorce me. So can we please get this going? Thanks.
And now is officially a pattern where these two are just in it for the attention from every single person around them. This is one of those couples that I just can't. I can't with people. They need an audience at all times. She's like, I left him. So then he shows up and now they're like, yeah, now we're going to fight in front of you guys. Like, fuck off, you guys. Do this at home. Like, it's ridiculous. Stop taking every group event to be about your fucking drama. It's so annoying.
Yeah. So then they have a talk and Dakota's like, well, I'm like, I have a lot of frustration inside of me. And the way I feel is like, I just am really lost and confused. And I just don't feel like I should feel confused. And she's like, well, what are you lost and confused about? He goes, with us. Like, I don't want to feel this way. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to feel this way. And I just feel like we have each other's back and we're like on a team.
And Zach's like, we'll give you guys some time. No, sit down. Here's the playbill. I just really need you, like I'm just so broke down, that's why I broke today. She goes, okay, well, I understand you're struggling. It's like, yeah, because like obviously like I've got frustration because like when it feels like lost and like confused, like I don't think I should feel confused. Can I get a special? Do you guys have any like lighting in here? Because I really feel like this isn't working for me.
Can I get a spot? I'm about to do a thing. Like, I just don't want to feel this way. Like I feel like I shouldn't have to feel this way. Like I want to feel like we have each other's back. Like we're on a team. And sometimes it feels like we're not teammates. We're just not teammates. And she's like, well, but I don't know what else you want from me. I don't. It's just I want you. It's like I just want you to show me that you care.
Oh, fuck off, you wuss. And a teammate would say, you know what? You are about to pop with my child. I'm going to not fight with you for a while, even if you're wrong and I'm right. How about that? You're a terrible teammate, okay? That's why you're not on any, sir.
Yeah. And she's basically like, Taylor just reasserts that she just wants to wait until she's ready because she has all these issues. And she says, like, I feel like we have good days and then we start over and there's something new. It's hard to like give into someone when you're just going to backtrack every few days. And goes, well, then I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And then Zach and Jen sort of come back from downstairs like, yeah, so we really need to get to Vegas. So we've decided that we would be willing to listen to you guys fight in the car, if that's okay. And as long as we get to put Jen in the way back. Is that okay? Is that cool with everyone?
And Zach's like, don't worry, guys. You got a lot of time to hash it out. Okay. And then we're going to run some blackjack.
So,
blackjack drills. Have you ever done those?
No.
We should do that next time we go to Vegas, where you learn there's a certain way to play where you learn what to hit on and what to stay on and all that stuff. It's like a formula. So you have to do drills. Like, okay, you got an ace 10, keep it. You got a, king 10, keep it. You got a 3-8, keep it. You got a 5-4, don't keep it. Hold on, see,
what is this? Is this a blackjack drill or is this an advertisement for Ira Madison III?
What do you mean? Oh, keep it.
Keep it podcast.
That's funny. Keep it podcast starring Ira Madison. Will you love him? You know him. Go give it a listen.
Hi, Ira. So Dakota, they basically are going to jump in the car and everything. And Dakota's like, I love you so much. And that's like my whole issue that I care way too much. Oh, what a hero. Ronnie, if I had realized all along that Dakota was just a hero, I probably wouldn't have
Yeah,
been
you
so
know
mean on
what?
him.
It's just because he cares. Like
He
his
cares so
whole
hard.
issue, like the whole reason he treats you like shit is because he cares too much. Ugh. You know, it's rough to hear this. And also the template of people needs to change. It's just like so obvious at this point, you know? Like we see it every time, the same exact guy behavior.
Yeah.
So then Jen's like, oh my God, like their relationship started off rocky and like, I don't want to like jump to conclusions. Well, I don't really want to jump. I mean, unless Zach tells me to, of course.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of pressure on them to get married. So now they're in their car. Jen is like, basically, Zach is driving. Dakota and Taylor are in the back seats. And then there's like a crate of chickens and like, I don't know, like stacks of Costco items, some toilet paper, like an old mannequin. There's like so much. And then in the way back is Jen, like her head popping up over like an egg carton. And she's like, hi guys. Yeah, I'm still on the trip here with you guys.
So they keep talking about their fighting and stuff in front of them, and Dakota's like, Taylor says, "You see how we fight, and then we're good the next moment. Like, is that normal?" And Dakota's like, "No, it's a cycle. Like, we just need to break the cycle." And Jen goes, "Yeah, that's called a toxic relationship." Oh, I'm just kidding. Was
Just
that my inside
kidding.
voice again? I'm so sorry. Zach's trying to
Sorry.
teach me how not to ever use that. God, just let that go. God, I'm so sorry, guys.
So they're just saying that they're just hoping that they can break the cycle. So now the girls are arriving, the other girls are arriving at their Airbnb, which looks like any one of their houses, and they're like, oh my god, like this is like so nice. It's like, oh my god, this is so cute. There's like a living room and there's like a refrigerator. This is like so cute.
They went so far to find another farmhouse. Another modern farmhouse. I was like, oh my God, you guys found another open kitchen with white oak. This is crazy.
So they're gonna put like they want to put a sign up on the door that says "pussies only," or no, how about like vaginas only? Exactly, labias only.
I'm sorry. Could we put peaches only? Maybe something.
You know, Jen, don't want to get in trouble, Zach. So yeah, they just are like don't want to have those girls there. The boys there. So they put up a sign that says labias only. And Jesse's like, I just think it's really disrespectful that I planned this girl trip and they like didn't even ask me if they could come. They just invited themselves. So like no boy is allowed in the house. Like that's my one rule since this is my trip. I'm like, okay, enjoy that as the boys come into your house in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and of course Dakota is like, hey, what? Labias, I'm going in. That's ridiculous. I still get to go in there. Like, what did I do? I'm just trying to come in because I love you so much. Someone sounds like they're knocking down the door with timber. Oh, but I love you.
Because I care so much. So Jesse's like, okay, all right, ground rules. So I think girls only, no boys, like not no rules, but like we want to have fun, right? So like we all want to let loose with like a non-boy environment.
Hey, it's us.
Meanwhile, Zach and Dakota, they get in there and they start eating all their sandwiches that the girls bought for themselves.
Yeah, immediately just start eating the fucking heathens, these guys. And so Layla's like, you guys, wait, I don't know. So, they're like, so wait, they start talking about Jen because Jesse's like, no, just females here. Okay, just kidding.
Yeah, and then Zach is like, there's no, because like Jesse and Demi give these rules of like what
I see.
basically saying like no boys allowed, and Zach goes, no male strippers though, huh? And Jesse goes, no, just like female, and Zach is like, oh, she goes, I'm just kidding, Zach.
And Layla's like, yeah, Jen can be the stripper, right, Jen? And they're like, and Zach says, you're a big girl, you can do whatever you want. Pound those streets in your sneakers looking for secretary work while you're trying to take care of 2 children and no husband at home. If you want to, that life could be yours.
And Taylor's like, wait, do you mean that she could do whatever she wants? He goes, no, not at all. So Macy's like, they're basically like, well, it seems like whenever Zach is around, he tries to be cool. Like, yeah, no, cool. Jen can do whatever she wants. But we all know that like when he says just kidding, it's like, no, it's not just kidding.
Ugh. So then the boys leave, and then Jen's like, sorry, we were here late, guys. Like, some things happened this morning. And Taylor's like, guys, she's looking at me because it was me. It was me, guys. I had drama. I'm really sad that Dakota left. Actually has a really good song to kind of explain it to you.
It's called Have You Ever Heard the Story Boy Who Cried Wolf? It's such a good song. Like, makes my mom cry.
He cried.
But I have a really good 11 o'clock number. It's called I'm Going Into Labor. Just kidding. It's a very upbeat 11 o'clock number.
Here comes the reprise. He cried, wolf, but only once.
Oh wait, here comes the closer for Act 1. I care too much to let you make decisions.
I only gamble your money away and control you because I love you.
Wait, why is Zach in the musical? We felt like there was a good role for him.
Listen, he was there. He was there too much, so he became part of it. He got absorbed into it.
We felt like he was a necessary part.
Sorry, I was singing as the wrong controlling asshole husband.
The story really worked with Zach. We liked it.
We needed more douche in this story, so we brought Zach on.
So anyway, so Taylor's talking about how she and Dakota have been fighting, and Macy got a front row seat, and the producer asks Macy what she felt during that fight, and Macy goes, so I have a secret that I've been holding in for a little bit. And Taylor is telling her story, and Dakota's like fighting, and like at this point, I feel like I have to tell somebody else, or I'm gonna die inside. Oh, I hope this doesn't destroy their relationship.
So Jen is talking to Taylor, and she's like, yeah, like, I get it. It's hard for you in this situation because, like, you must feel like you have to walk on eggshells. And, I've gone through the same thing, with Zach. When I say I've gone through, I mean, I go through every second. Yeah. I mean, it's just like every 2 days they're coming to us, and Taylor's like, yeah. Every time it's something else. She goes, yeah. And, people think they're being controlling and protective, I don't know, abusive. And I guess it's kind of their fault for acting like that. But let me tell you what, they just do it because they love us, right? They really, really love us.
Yeah, I just think that you guys need to go to therapy if you want to make it work. I mean, that's what Zach and I have done. Well, by therapy, it's more like he throws tinfoil balls at my head and he goes, how's that for therapy? And I say, it's great. I feel healed. Man, it's just been a game changer for us.
The only therapy I want to see you in is divorce lawyer therapy. That's it. There's no therapy. You can't fix a broken problem. That's a broken man. You cannot fix him. He doesn't even know he has a problem. What are you going to go to therapy for and be like, oh my God, can I just get better at letting my husband control me? That would be great. Thanks. Can I just be in a better mood about that? I'm just, it's so weird. I'm crying every night. Can you fix that? Yes, you can fix it. It's a Southwest plane ticket is all it's going to cost you. It's cheaper than therapy. I'll come get you.
Well, I know Zach has a lot of flaws. He can be a bit controlling and a bit judgmental, but I think his issue is that he loves and cares too much. Like, okay. All right, you're a lost cause. Please.
It's just so fucking sad to watch this, And then you put it in the context of what we know about abusive relationships and stuff like that. And it's like, part of me thinks like, well, if they're saying that this is the culture and the religion, is it bad to be dissing it all the time and calling it abuse? No, I don't care if it is. Okay. If that's your religion, then your religion is fucking abusive. And that's it. You need to leave your whole fucking religion. It's crazy.
Sipping from my straw. Sorry, I was sipping from my straw.
You're not allowed.
So I'm like, no. So now everyone's getting ready, and Jesse's like, guys, I got everyone tickets for something. It's my labia. Y'all have a ticket to see my labia.
Oh my God, I've been requesting curtains. I didn't know they were that kind.
So they're like, is it gonna be like, is it okay? Are we like, are we gonna be going to hell? She goes, yeah, I'll be fine. And Jen's like, but will our husbands approve? And Jesse's like, well, in the eyes of God, you should be fine because, well, God invented the thing that we're gonna see, so therefore it's gotta be okay in the eyes of God. Just remember that.
Oh my gosh. So where are we? Are we at the Whitney scene yet?
Now we arrive at now we cut over to Whitney. Because Macy's saying how like Whitney's really like she really wished Whitney had made amends with the girls. And now Whitney is doing something really fun. She is going to experiment with homesteading.
Ugh, oh my God. Did you run out of puffy sleeves? She's like, you know what? I need something even more rustic. Take me to an actual farm. Okay. So they go to this farm and the producers ask her what homestead means. And she's like, Connor is like in one sentence. I'm sorry, sir. Are you in this? We don't have anybody with a mustache and sunglasses and a poncho on this cast. Oh, it's just Connor. You just never know.
New look, Connor.
You just never know who's going to see you. But yeah, it's a sustainable living, and it's up to the individual or the family to decide like how far they're going to take that. You know, is it a couple of chickens? Is it a few roosters, chickens, and other people's, just raising a whole village of children that aren't even ours? We don't really know yet.
We want a farm with some chickens, some horses, some vibrators, and there's just been so much drama in our life because of this mom talk group and our loveless marriage, and I just want to get away from that. I mean, now I know people are going to accuse me of saying like you always are running away, but I'm not running away. I just want to get away from that, which is different from trying to run away because I'm just getting away, not running away. You understand what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm running away because we don't have other kinds of transportation at the farm. Okay, we're doing this in a very rustic way, right? I'm riding away. I'm horse riding away. Okay.
So Sarah, who works at this, they basically go to a homestead. They go to a little farm, and Sarah,
that Whitney just every time she has problems with people, just makes a complete move, like to Hawaii and then to a farm. Like, girl, how much are you guys making with mom talk?
She vehemently denies that she runs away from her problems, but she literally just says right now, I just want to get away. So Sarah, the farmer, is like, oh yeah, farming, it's every day. It's 365 days a year. It's very rhythmic. Well, it's only like an hour a day. You feed the horses, you feed the chickens, you feed the chimp that you hide in your basement. It's pretty easy stuff.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, but you get used to it. Oh, you are going to smell like the poop though. Day in, day out. And Connor's like, whoa, why did I think it would take all day? So the rest of it you can spend together. Connor's like, oh.
Why did I think it would take as long as it does for me to build an erection for Whitney, all day?
Oh my God. Oh, am I a cow? I can't be the only one having to squeeze their udders all day just to get through this marriage. Am I right? Okay, moving on. So the producer asked why she doesn't go to Vegas, and she's like, everyone clearly saw how my conversation went with Jesse, and like they're all clearly talking shit behind my back. So why would I want to hang out with those girls? And like I'm hurt, and nobody called me after I left the group. Nobody called me after I'm not coming to Vegas. Nobody called me after I completely antagonized everybody. I mean, I just don't get it. Fuck those. What does Whitney do? Can she do like the splits in the air? What kind of TikTok dancing does she do that she feels like she's this fucking important? Girl, everybody's replaceable, even on Mom Talk.
Yeah. So now we go back to Vegas, and they're getting ready, and like Macy's like very anxious. Like everyone's like nervous about what are they gonna go see? What are they gonna go see? Because they all sort of just like suspect that they're going to go see male strippers, and they're just like all very, very nervous about it. And
they should be. And furthermore, this is shitty of Jesse to do. Do you think this really rubs me the wrong way that Jesse's like purposely going out of her way when she knows this is going to cause problems in everybody's like, should they have more control and power over their own lives? Yeah, but this is going to do nothing but cause them hardships. Like, why is that fun for you? I think that's a red flag as a person. Personally, let's see how it turns out.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell if it's shitty because I feel like if I were someone like Jen, if I was in that relationship, I'd be like, why would you do this to me? I'm already fighting for my life with this guy. But if I'm Jesse, I'm also like, It's just male strippers. It's like fine. And also Jesse's like 10 years older than Jen Affleck, don't forget. And so she
But
has
it's
10
not
more years
just
of
Jen, it's
perspective.
all of them. And like you're having them do it on TV. It's like you're personally putting them in the position where like they're not cool if they don't do this like ultimate sinny thing with you on national TV, and that can affect their lives like in the church and in their circles. We see how they talk about their social circles and the sinning and all of this. Now, do I love the social circle and the fact that that's how it's all set up? Of course not. I don't. But I just think that Jesse is purposely putting them in a bad position, and I don't think a good friend would do that.
Yeah, I don't know where I land on this one, to be honest. I have to think about this one more
Well,
because
it's okay. You don't have to land
yeah,
anywhere. I'm just
I
saying.
don't know. I see what you're saying, but I don't know. I don't know where I just am not, and my brain is not at a place where I can really come to make a definitive stance on this one. So I won't.
Not
So
required.
but anyway, so Michaela and Macy are talking, and Macy's like, okay, wait. Come closer, come closer. So you know how I do those like anonymous confession things? You know, they'll just like break the internet every time. You know, it's like I got this confession about Dakota. So Macy tells us that like she has a thing called Sinner Sunday where people can anonymously write in their confessions. And so she got one about Dakota, and like some confessions say like, I love giving neck when I'm hooking up with someone. My boyfriend calls me the throat goat, LOL. So like these are real confessions, guys.
The throat goat. This I'm sorry to be the police right now, but this is also wrong. I mean, I know you're not a preacher, but you're not supposed to go on with people's confessions. I mean,
well, no, she
I guess
posts
that people are.
She posts the confessions.
Oh, I just
yeah,
thought
no,
she
it's like you know, answering questions on Instagram.
Confessions.
No, she shares them. But then there was one that she got about Dakota that she did not share. So she's like, so, okay, Demi, get close. A month ago, I got this confession. You know how I do those like anonymous Q&A confessions? It's like, yes, Macy, you've like teased us with it 5 times. She goes, okay, before we go any further, I just want to double check. We're still on board. You guys still remember the confessions I do on Sunday.
I know. She's like, don't forget to follow. Okay, Sinner Sundays. Here first.
So I got this confession because I do this thing on Sunday. It's called Sinner Sunday. And this confession says the following. Thank you so much for doing that thing on Sunday. It's called Sinner Sunday. I'm like, come on, Macy, say it. She goes, okay. I accidentally slept with Dakota before I knew he and Taylor were together. And then it says, I only met Taylor once and I'm terrified to tell her, but I know she has a right to know. Help. And then there's like a shrug emoji.
So then we see the screenshot and Michaela's like, oh my God, do you think that was from Jenna? And Macy's like, look, it says who sent this. But then if you click that, and they're like, oh my God, you didn't show Taylor? She's like, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Like, should I say something to her? What should I do? Like, it's anonymous. It's a confession thing. I do it on Sundays. It's for sinners.
Demi's like, I would tell her. So Macy was like, I will tell her. I will tell her that I'm doing Sinner Sunday on Sundays with confessions. I have no idea who sent this anonymous confession, but I have an idea that it could be Jenna. She is a girl that Dakota dated before Taylor and him were together, but he was also seeing Jenna and Taylor at the same time. So that's why there's a contention and issues in their relationship.
So then this is the girl that he went to hook up with. Dun. And to me, it's like, well, I mean, she literally just said that if there was something going on, then she'd definitely break up with them. She would definitely 100,000% break up with them.
Well, it's just, you know, it'd be one thing if she's like, I don't care about the past. I really don't want to know. But like she said, she'd break up with Dakota. And this is a situation where like if she finds out and the baby comes and they get married, she'd probably divorce him. So you should probably tell her before she gets married and loses everything. Like, yeah, that's a good idea.
So she's going to do it. So then we go to the farm, back to Whitney and the farm. I don't know. This is like the saddest storyline ever. Whitney's like, wow, I just got on the show. Everybody hates me. I'm the biggest villain in the world. Nobody's calling me back. And they went on a group trip without me. And now I'm at the farm with Connor, who dresses like someone new every day just so they can pretend they're meeting me for the first time and they don't have to listen to all of my problems.
I know all the girls are in Vegas, but there's been so much drama in our life. I just want to get away from that, but I'm not running away. I just want to get away from that. I'm just going to say I want to get away from it multiple times and then act like I don't want to run away.
And then the farm lady is like, yeah, you're going to be smelling like shit every day. Okay. I hope you're excited. It permeates your hair, your clothes. You can take a shower. Your shower smells like it. You're never going to escape. Do you like to run away? No. Well, then good, because you're never going to run away from the smell of horse shit.
You know how like your mom always looks like she's smelling horse shit? Well, now you actually can smell like horse shit. And it makes sense why she's making that. It's not just your personality anymore. Oh, okay. Well, that's a nice upside.
And she's like, look, these rakes are made for actual horse poop. And Connor's like, wow, it's amazing. It just scoops it right up. Are you guys influencing for horse poop scoopers? What is going on today?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take the horse pooper scooper deal. So the producer asks Whitney what she thinks of everyone saying that homesteading is another version of Hawaii. Because I hate that people say I'm running away. Okay, there's a difference between running away and just like removing yourself from a toxic environment. I am not running away. I'm just getting away. It's very different. There's no running.
And then we see a horse poop. Horses really. Why is nobody shaming horses about how they poop? Do it somewhere else. Like they just poop everywhere, and they poop in this way where their whole butthole comes out and then poops. Like, do you really need to like poop out your guts and then poop? Like, at least make it a decent way to poop. It's just so gross.
It was so green. It was very green. It was really, and also Hulu. Did we need to see it? Like it was like a long extended shot of a big thing of horse poo just coming out. Like what? We didn't need to see all of this.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Like so we just got through Tamara's plastic surgery, and now we have to watch this.
Yeah, basically the same thing. And Whitney is like, Connor's like, oh my God, did you guys just see that horse's butthole close? Oh my God, this is the most animated we've ever seen Connor.
Yes, he's never been more excited, at least not in front of Whitney. So now we're back to Vegas and everyone's like taking photos and everything. And they give Layla a birthday sash and and it's all fun. And Jesse's talking about they plan a surprise. They get into a party bus. And everyone's like, oh my God, so fun. And Jesse says, well, hopefully husbands don't kill me when they find out, but I think it's going to be a fun thing for all of us to do together.
And they're like, oh my God. Jen's like, well, I'm nervous. I think my husband's nervous. And Jesse's like, yeah, 100% the husbands are going to be nervous. That's for sure. They're like, what? She goes, oh my God, I'm nervous. They're going to hate me, but it's going to be fun, guys. Like, not a strip club, guys. She's like, no, it's not. It's a show. It's entertainment, guys. It's the Chippendales.
Oh my God, Rescue Rangers. We're not allowed to watch cartoons about chipmunks. No, not Chippendales like that.
It's the Outer Darkness Dales. You guys are fucked, every one of you. And then this is also the follower mentality, which we should know because these girls are all on the same TikTok. And like, I don't know, that's literally where you have to follow each other to like stay in rhythm with the dances. Like all their choreography is basically built on being followers. But yikes. If you guys don't want to do this, say no. I'm not fucking going in there and you're not going to make me, and stop trying to make me, you asshole. I don't want to.
Yeah. So Jen's like, of course Jesse would freaking plan all this. I should have known. Oh my gosh, I'm screwed. All that planning and plotting just to get in with the Afflecks, and now it's all going to shit. I'm going to be alone on the streets.
Girl, listen, this might get you out of one Affleck, but it would totally help with the other Affleck, and he's way more important.
So then, yeah, they show up at like Chippendales, and it's like, oh my God, don't look at them, don't look at it. But of course, since it's a reality show, it's not just, oh, we're going to Chippendales. They then go backstage, so they're meeting these strippers, and of course they have amazing bodies, and like now it's really, this is a tough position for them. And Jesse's like, well, since Layla's birthday party is this weekend, I thought I'd get like a VIP package and we can meet the boys just ahead of time. So they're talking to the guys, and then the guys are like, oh, we need to get oiled up before the show. So Layla's basically just like oiling up all the guys, and Jen is like trying to look away and like look at like the rafters and be like, if I don't look at these hot men who I didn't know they could be this hot. These are really hot guys. They don't exist. If I don't look at them, they don't exist.
Yeah, so like the Sinner crew is like putting oil on the dancer, and then Jen's just really uncomfortable staring at the floor, and she's like, "Girls, we're married women. Why are we rubbing on these men? Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh." But of course, like the Sinner girls are like, "And this is amazing sin. We love sin. We love it."
So, and then they have to take a group photo. So Jen is so upset, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, for us to go meet the male strippers themselves, just standing there, I'm already feeling guilty, and now we're taking a picture with them too." And they're just like, "Oh my god, that was awful. That was so bad." And Jen is like, "I'm shaking. I'm like literally shaking right now." Like,
And Demi's like, "Are you freaking out about Zach?" And she's like, "Well, I mean, like, it's just like worried about being associated with them, like taking pictures. Like, yeah, like, because you know that fucking Jizz is gonna get those pictures and put them all over Instagram and probably tag the husbands who are going to be annoyed by it."
meanwhile, Zach is over at a casino gambling away the $2,500 that Jen provided for him, and probably even
Oh,
then some. And she's sitting
yeah,
here freaking out because she's merely in the same room as a shirtless guy. It's just so backwards. I'm sorry. You
it
know
is
what?
100%.
It is kind of like, if I were Jen, I would not be friends with Jesse after this because of the position that she put her in, and it's very uncomfortable. But honestly, I don't think Jesse's a bad friend. I think that Jen is with a bad husband and making Jesse look bad as a
Hey,
result
this
of
is
this.
not an either or thing. He is a horrible human being and a horrible husband, and at the very least, a controlling emotional abuser. I'm not even arguing that. I'm just separately. I'm saying I feel like Jiz is putting people in a really bad position. Like she's like literally putting someone that she knows is with a really controlling, somewhat abusive kind of person into a situation. I just don't. Let's just grow. It has nothing to do with. It's not like, oh, he's better because he's off
Yeah.
gambling his money. I'm not saying that. He's still a piece of shit. This has nothing to do with him. I'm saying it's just it's
Well,
going to
I
go
will
bad.
say, in this very low stakes debate, I will say turnabout is also fair play, because the one who was the shitty friend initially was Jen, disinviting Jesse and Demi from that baby shower. So Jesse's like, "Okay, bitch."
Okay. Well, then if it's
Turnabout
that,
is
then
fair
I would
play.
at least respect it. You know what I mean?
It's like Jesse was playing the long game. Okay, she was very
Yeah.
nice. Like, okay, all right, so we're sinners, and Zach doesn't want us near the baby because we'll be bad influences. Okay, well, I guess if we're a bad influence, we're gonna see how bad of an influence I am.
Yeah.
So
Who's
you
the
know what?
sinner now, babe?
I support Jesse. Now that I thought about that, Jesse was
Now you
wrong
kind of
first.
talked me into it because I think you're like, yeah, I think you're right. And being like, oh, yeah, who's the sinner now? B.
Yeah, Jen was the truly shitty friend first,
Yeah.
and so I
Good
think now
call.
all bets
And
are off.
again, it's something else that Jen was like, it wasn't even her, it was her husband. So it's like influenced again. She can't, she's just can't make up her own mind. Other people are constantly telling her what to do. Like he did that. She could have said, no, that's my friend and I want her at my party. And then she could have told Jesse, no. I mean, at the end of the day, we're adults and we have to like stand up for ourselves. Sometimes I just have to remind myself, like, they're in their 20s. They're not an old battled queen like me who's learned boundaries. I didn't necessarily always have them, but that's why it just makes it sadder. You just want to help.
So anyway, yeah, Jen is spiraling, and she's like, "I'm fine to like do this whole thing and like do it all for Layla and have fun, but like the moment they like try to make me go up there and dance, like I'm out, okay? Because I will literally be a divorced woman. I'm not even kidding. Like I'm not even jokingly saying that. Like I'm literally telling you, Zach will literally divorce me over something like this." And Taylor's like, "Yeah, Dakota's mad." And so Jesse's like, "Oh no, like what did you say to him? You just told him like what it was?" And she's like, "Oh, it's Chippendales." And he goes, "Dumb." And I was like, "It's just a performance."
And so Jesse's like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Everyone's going to like be in trouble tonight. Thank God you've got about 45 pounds of hair to make your head feel nice, light, not headachy at all.
But Taylor's like, "Well, whatever. I'm in trouble every day, so that's my point." It's like, fine. She's like, "It's fine. Bring on the hot dick." So so Michaela is like, "By the way, I've been talking to Jace, and I didn't realize he'd be so upset." And Jesse's like, "Why?" She goes, "I don't know." She goes, "Oh, men do nothing but cause problems."
Seriously. So then Jesse's like, oh my God, it's mind boggling. Like these girls are just listening to their husbands and being perfect Stepford wives. Yeah. Do you know your fucking friends? Yeah. That's the
Seriously.
culture you're in. Like, what did you expect?
So then Jesse's like, guys, why don't we do a TikTok? And they're like, no. She goes, but I want to do something where it's like, no boyfriends allowed, girls trip. And they're like, no, we can't even be seen. If someone realizes that this is the wallpaper of the backstage area of Chippendales, we are going to be roasted.
Let's do it right now that I know everyone's in trouble with their partners and I've caused huge fights. Let's do a TikTok for millions of people right in front of the Chippendales poster. Like, please don't. Please.
So then they do this TikTok and it's like, girls trip, no boyfriends. And Jesse's like, that was so good. Good job, everyone. And that was literally all it was. Girls trip, no boyfriends.
And
no
so
husbands.
to me, it's like, yeah, when it comes to Jen and Zach and their relationship, it's like alarming that he wants things to be traditional, especially about the church. Like they think their women owe them doing things a specific way to prove that they're only that man's wife. And it's so strange to me because like you should be able to like be out with your girlfriends and have fun. I mean, yeah, agreed.
Yeah. And then, sorry, this is where we see the TikTok, which actually has a little bit more content than what I originally said, which is girls trip definition, no boyfriends, no bullshit, food. I'm like, wait, does that mean no food or that there is food? Or it's all
Come
about
on,
food?
girls, stick with the trend here. Let's stick with it.
No boyfriends, no bullshit, ceilings. There will be ceilings. We'll be in rooms with ceilings.
So Jen's like, why are we getting upset? Oh, so now is she talking to her husband? She's like, why are we getting upset? It's a TikTok. And they're like, yeah, exactly. And Jen's like, well, I just don't know what to do. Should I walk out? Do I just go along with everything? I don't know what to do. Maybe I should text Zach just to let him know what's going on.
So Jenny gets on the phone and we only hear her side. She goes, don't worry, nothing's happening. Babe, I'm like, literally, it's like a joke. Like Macy went with her mom to this. I don't even know. I didn't know till I got here. Can you just stop for a second? Just like think of me as a person and my character. What you said you were gonna hit me? Oh, you said hit. You were playing blackjack. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, please. Can you just like think about me, please? Can you just think about me as a human being? I did nothing wrong in this situation. Nothing.
Yeah, this is so hard to watch. Do not like this. So she's sobbing, and he's obviously berating her on the other end from the poker table. Just disgusting.
Like she's literally doing, I'm sorry, she's doing nothing wrong. Wasn't even her choice to come to this thing in the first place. It wouldn't even matter if it was her choice. She didn't touch anyone. She didn't cheat. She didn't do anything. And the fact that this guy, while he's spending her money gambling, is going to shame her, a bullshit.
So she's like, he's saying he doesn't want to be married to me if I do stuff like this. Oh my God, like he really does want a divorce. Like, what did I do? Yeah, okay, good. Take it and get that sweet surgeon. Like, what are you gonna do? Get that sweet surgeon payout. Please go. Please just, this is so fucking terrible. You need to do the surgery. Cut out that little malignant albino fuck. Sorry to the albino people. I'm just so blunt.
just describing. As opposed to the
albino, like,
there's so many.
I'm sorry, I just meant.
No, it's just that there's multiple malignant fucks on this show, so we had to designate.
Yes, albino people are generally malignant. God, what's wrong with this show? It's crushing my brain. Okay, this is hard to watch.
Either way, this guy is a fuck, and the fact that he's like, honestly, at the very least, he's just doing a power play just to ruin her time. I sincerely believe that. I think he actually just wants to make her cry. And
Jen's like, honestly, I think punishment. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I think he's trying to make her cry as a punishment for her doing something fun on her own, like without him.
Yeah. But then if she was with him, he'd be having a fit too, because he just wants to play poker. So it's like, it's like he doesn't even want to really be around her. He just wants to be a controlling piece of shit. So she's crying and she's like, I don't think this is even about Chippendales. I think it might be about something deeper. Yeah. And it's going to keep being this for the rest of your fucking life with this person. And by the way, people like this are not fixable. They can improve their behavior. You can maybe learn how to get them to talk a little bit differently. But people like this don't just suddenly become good people. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it's only going to get worse from here. Run.
Yeah.
Ner.
This guy's garbage.
Okay? Ner. By the way, it's back It's backwards day. Run.
No. No. Yeah, he's garbage, but the show is not. The show is hilarious and great. So another entertaining episode. And thanks everyone for being here. We sure do love you, and we will catch you on the next episode of Watch What Crappens. Bye. Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know Your Worth with Jason Kurth.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
She's a total knockout. It's Katie Manock. Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Let's get feely with Maggie Sheely.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
Cast a Spell with Shannon Spellman. The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch. She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel. Ring that bell for Rachel. She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.